Hey everybody, Blind Wave here. I'm Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Shane.
Eric.
And we are finally doing our 60,000 QNA subscriber.
QNA?
He's been talking Canadian. It's fucking me up.
I thought we were
Q&A.
supposed to be doing
Q&A,
50,000, eh?
We
waited too long
We
grew too fast.
Yeah, so
like you.
That's a problem I have in every aspect of my life.
but we're finally getting to it. So
Don't wink at the camera. It's awkward.
Nah, my eyes just twitching. All right, Aaron. So 60,000 subscribers.
thank you.
Thank
people.
you. All right,
All right.
Aaron. What's the first question?
We got a question from BJC219 from our Reddit post that says, "Name your favorite pizza topping."
I have to name one.
Eric, I don't know.
An impossible question.
How about your favorite pizza? Like, what toppings are on your favorite pizza?
Well, I my favorite pizza. I had a pizza in 1994 that was easily the most memorable. I mean, I think about it a lot. I took a picture of it before I ate it, framed it in my bathroom.
It is.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, it really is.
I
just
like
pepperoni.
sausage. Sausage is yummy.
Spicy Italian sausage right here.
Yeah, from the.
No, you already said sausage. That's a cutoff.
You-
Spicy
no,
Italian.
I like pepperoni. I like big pepperoni. I got sausage. You pick something else.
There's all kinds of sausage. Spicy
You can
Italian
both-
sausage.
You guys can share the sausage.
There's enough sausage for both of you.
Like if there's a link, like we can go from like Lady and the Trampet. Like,
Go from Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
You guys can tramp it up. Calvin, what's yours?
If I have to say, like, if there was nothing else on the pizza, I would have to pick my favorite would be cheese.
that.
Kind of boring, but if it's just pizza sauce
Okay.
and
One.
sausage.
Lose the accent. Two. Cheese is not a topping. Extra cheese is.
Yes.
Aaron gave me the fez. So
I worked at a pizza
I
shop
can't do
for
like
7
a
years.
Removing the fez.
Okay, that's fine now.
Canadians don't wear fezzes.
He's like,
What?
But I can't do a Middle Eastern with this beard and the fez. It's so racist. It's gonna
Extra
ruin your
cheese.
editing.
Extra cheese.
Not extra cheese. Like, if we got like,
Anchovies.
I hate anchovies. Like, if we just got a pizza crust and sauce, and you had to pick one topping to put on it,
No.
it would be cheese.
No, who does that?
That cheese is not a topping.
It doesn't count.
It's an extra,
It's
some
extra
what-
cheese.
what-
So, we have to
So
bake
you
it.
assume that cheese is on there.
Calvin?
Always.
Yes.
We always.
I worked in a pizza
So
shop
that
for
would be your
7
favorite
years.
toppers.
Okay. Here,
If
hang
you
on,
get
hang on.
hey,
Okay,
pepperoni
okay.
pizza, they're like, well, you want cheese on it?
Bacon.
No one ever says that.
No, the only time
It comes with it.
The only time there's no cheese on a pizza is when someone specified, "I don't want
No
cheese
cheese.
on a pizza."
Yeah.
And those people were
Exactly.
lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're always like, I'll die if I have
cut the
cheese.
shit.
We put cheese on them, like, we'll just take some off, and there's some left. I'm like, who cares? Let them die. So we do.
Cheese comes on a fucking pizza, Calvin.
Yeah,
It's
alright.
not American.
What's your favorite hamburger topping? I don't know, the hamburger.
The bun. It fucking comes with it.
No.
I don't know if I have one.
Probably
topping.
like bacon or sausage.
Pick one. Bacon. Good.
Bacon.
Good one.
If I was gonna choose one topping on a
Canadian
pizza, it would
bacon, eh?
probably just be pepperoni.
Just pepperoni.
Yeah.
Just pepperoni.
However, I
Yeah.
love like pepperoni mushroom combo, and I
Yeah.
also love jalapeno and pineapple combo.
Oh, pineapple! Shit, I didn't even think of
No,
pineapple.
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 Oh,
Not with
fuck off.
jalapeno.
Pineapple is my
Good with
favorite.
bacon, it's good with ham, but not jalapeno.
Yes,
with
it's a
jalapeno.
spicy
Yeah, it is.
sweet. It's so
too-
good.
It's like
It's
sweet
too
and
wet.
sour. Yes.
The dough gets too
Yeah.
wet. No, you don't have any crunch.
Things wet are good.
No.
All right, let's move on to the next question. Shane, what's the next question on there?
Big Fat White Dudes asks, "How did you four meet up with each other, and how old are you?" Well, first of all, age first. I'm 28. Eric's 29. His birthday was actually a couple of days ago. Calvin, you're 23.
23.
Okay.
I get confused and say I'm 23 sometimes, but I'm 27.
no one,
Yeah.
no one would believe that ever.
Yeah,
It's-
What?
Aaron looks 34.
You'd be like, I'm 23 too. We're brothers. She'd be like, fuck you. Aaron doesn't even get carded anymore.
I haven't been carded for a long time because
Yeah.
I have the beard.
No one gives a shit around here.
No 19-year-old can grow a
It's
beard like
absolutely the beard because people like on my birthday, people are like, oh, I thought you were 35. Fuck you.
this. Didn't you shave and you look like...
But like when they go back and they watch like, the
22.
unbearded stuff, like, wow, Eric looks so young. I'm like, that's why I do it.
Melanie used to not let me go like clean shaven because she's like, "You look like you're 12."
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started working at
Smart
Family
girl. I always
Forward,
say she's
Joy hated my clean shave.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it too.
I-
so.
I
So-
also did.
All right, so how did we meet? Shane and Eric should start that off.
Well, going into our history a little bit, actually, Eric and I met through a mutual friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in 8th grade, and you were in 9th grade.
I
I think the first time I remember hanging out. outside of seeing you down at his house was the fair. We actually became friends when I was probably about 14.
Yeah.
14, 15.
Sure.
I'd
say that.
And then when I was 16 and a half, me and our other mutual friend, we moved into a camper together for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I never
summer.
wanted to go.
Well, yeah, but we made him go all the time.
Hate that place.
It was a good time. Basically living there. And then my senior year, for our senior year, our friends, including Eric, they rented a house together.
No. Me, Zach, and Andy Hennis were in a house together.
That's what I said.
And then
And
all
I was
of you
about to
guys just
say,
came on.
yeah, we brought the women.
Oh, yeah, okay. How
We did.
how much money did you bring for rent?
I don't know. So we had a house together, which I actually have tattooed on my chest, and me and 3 other guys do. Eric will hopefully get it one time.
He's probably not.
It was a good time. I liked living in a tertiary house. It was like a college experience without any studying.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I had to study.
Yeah.
I was in honors English all through high school, and then I got dropped down to college survey with all the fools.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, so we did that.
And then I met my wife too, and that's I
yeah.
met her through Eric and
Yeah,
Zach.
because we went to different high schools. I was friends with his wife Joy,
Mhm.
and then they met and tried you gotta stay away from this guy, And
Yeah, this
Luckily-
fucker. I met her at a camp out.
yeah, and then
Got her number.
uh-huh.
Everything was going good. And
Yeah.
I messaged her on AOL Instant Messenger.
Okay.
If you guys remember that? And
Yes.
I'm like, hey, and she goes, hi, and I'm like, well, what the fuck?
And then a year later, when he had calmed down a little bit, then they got together and it was all hunky dory. Even though he tried to hide it from me for some stupid reason. He didn't, by the way. I still got it. Anyway, so that
You would have
happened.
been against it.
Well,
because you're all.
I don't want to go too deep into this.
You've turned her
that's-
against
There's
me.
a lot of
Anyway.
history we can't go into.
Yeah. So anyway, they ended up
gosh.
getting married. They ended up moving in together. I left the tertiary house. Lots of cool stuff happened. Anyway, we were going to Washington State where we met Aaron Elliott.
Yeah, we met him.
Me and a buddy of mine, Rick, had been friends since like 2nd grade,
Yeah.
and we started going to college after high school. My friend Rick was in a computer lab. He monitored it. He was in charge of some stuff there. So he had met Shane through that a few times. But I remember sitting in the cafeteria, and Shane just running around talking to everybody and just talking to everybody like he always does. I heard the words BioWare and something else about RPG when I'm like, oh, KOTOR? You talking about
Yeah, I was like,
Mass
yes, KOTOR, massive.
No. You were like, no, Mass Effect. But KOTOR's good too.
Oh, okay.
That's what you said to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, KOTOR's awesome. I haven't played Mass Effect. He's like, well, you should. I'm like, all right.
Still haven't played
And he still hasn't played 10 years later.
That was the first conversation we ever had.
It was an argument.
Later on, I found out that Rick had also met Shane at the computer lab, and they would talk about random things.
Super Smash
and
Brothers,
somehow
mostly.
we got on a conversation about Smash Brothers, and Shane's like, well, I'll bring a TV here in the computer lab, and we'll play here. He's like, well, how would we just go to your place?
So these boys came to my house and
We
played
came over
Super
and
Smash
played Smash.
Brothers with me and Eric, and we just beat the shit out of them.
Shit out of him.
Sent them home crying back
So
to
bad.
fucking
They're so bad. We were so
war in
good.
high school.
That's
Whatever the hell you-
interesting because Aaron's the best one now.
No.
What's
No.
no.
So much hate. They're
truth.
like they're stuttering. They're like I no.
I'm studying
No.
because I'm dumbfounded.
Dumbfounded.
Stupid comment.
I just.
So really, we...
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just.
know what to say.
Anyway, I got my ass kicked a lot, and I spent a lot of
Lot.
time just playing with them and still losing, but I still
Yeah.
had fun. We had random conversations, and we kind of grew a bond with us playing and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they kind of built into like saying, "Oh, hey, we do this lightsaber stuff. There's this contest. We've been doing it." So
Yeah.
me and Rick did ours called AVR Advent. They have done some of theirs.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was the first one. It was ours.
It wasn't bad for a first one.
Probably better than our first one.
But anyway, we started doing more YouTube stuff, and at one point we decided that we were going to do the pit, right?
Yeah.
Another one of the lightsaber fights we were working on, and I had contacted Rick about joining in. He said he was too busy and he couldn't do it, so he sent his brother-in-law,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvin,
Rick married
Young
my
boy,
sister.
bright-eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick.
with hopes
Yeah.
and dreams.
He was
And
clean shaved
Wait,
back then.
which one, Calvin or Rick?
Yeah, I was clean shaven back then. Shoot, that was what 3 years ago. I was like 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had just turned 20 when I met these guys.
You work at Davis Pickering.
Yeah, I
And
worked at electrical
Calvin proved
contractor.
very useful very early. You know?
Well,
He just had all the tools.
I
all
had
the
the
random
know-how and I had the contacts to get the tools and stuff
Yeah.
that they needed.
shit. So it made the pit possible, and then from there on, he just wouldn't fucking go away.
It's true. I'm a little fucking leech.
But anyway, we started doing more stuff and working on more things, and we started the Blind Wave channel, and
Pretty much, yeah.
Eric was like, hey, I'm watching this Torchwood Boy guy, and he does some cool stuff with Game of Thrones. We like doing this stuff already. We just talk about ourselves. What if we did something like this and just talked about shows that we liked?
Yeah.
And then we discovered when talking with Calvin, like, Calvin, so what'd you think about this show, or what'd you think about this? And like, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen shit.
I haven't seen a lot of stuff.
So he came out from under his rock, joined the Blind Wave crew, and it's been smooth sailing ever since.
Trying to catch up with popular culture. We're probably about 1996 now.
So that's kind of how we all met, why we started Blind Wave, and how old we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was...
I would say so.
Alright, let's move on to the next question.
By the way, and I'm not sure this is in the whole
Q&A
Q&A
listing.
Just in case, how did we come up with the name Blind Wave?
Whenever we started doing our YouTube stuff too, we were like,
it was just Whiteley79, which is my last name and my football number.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, we kind of started. We went to River City Comic Con, which is in Marietta, Ohio. They have it every year. There's this one coming up soon. So if you guys are interested, come to Marietta for River City Comic Con. We're gonna be there. We'll meet a bunch of people. Have fun. But
we should say that we started doing lightsaber stuff. We did a video called Ferocity that actually got a lot of attention online, and that's what kind of inspired us to do more YouTube.
Yeah.
We knew we loved that stuff. We actually won a contest prior to that, but
the video wasn't as huge.
Yeah. Wasn't as huge.
But when we went to River City Comic Con, we were there talking. Mainly, we were just talking about the lightsaber karate contest and what we had done and whatnot. And people were like, "Who are you guys?" We're like, "We're just fucking few guys that like being a lightsaber fight."
Yeah. Where'd you go to college? Oh shit, community college.
Yeah, like
where do you?
So
the Third Street House.
So then, like,
did you take stage fighting? No, I just watched
Turtles and Star Wars. Sticks when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I had nothing to do.
Self-taught, but
self-taught.
Basically, as it kind of progressed, we spent like the next couple months talking about like, okay, guys, what if we actually did the YouTube stuff, like actually like putting stuff out and doing stuff with it, rather than just a video a year for a contest.
That wouldn't be very hard.
And then that's when we kind of started putting together the idea for The Pit, which was like our first Star Wars fan film, which is still being worked on, or something.
Sometimes.
And then,
or something.
And we were like, who are we gonna be? And we can't just be Whiteley79.
No.
I
wanted to.
Or Elliot.
Like, yo, fuck you.
He tried.
He tried really hard.
Elliot 007 or Farley22. Like we can't be one of them. You know what I mean? So we were like, what's our name gonna be? We went through like a ton of names.
We did.
Well, and they were all taken.
Well, yeah, we went through a lot of stuff, and then. Something in my mind, I was like, you know what would be funny is if we called ourselves Blind Wave.
Yeah. Bull fucking shit.
No, I did. I talked to Eric and I told him
first.
on the phone. I'm like, you know what would be funny is if we. I thought it was a funny one, but I don't know if I like it. Blind Wave. And Eric's like, yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then he told me that he talked to you and you guys were talking and he said about Blind Wave and you went, shit. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to name us.
The thing about Blind Wave was when Eric and I were in high school.
And we were scholars.
Third Street House.
Yeah, back at the Third Street days, we used to drive around town.
No, I mean, we didn't, don't make it sound like we did just this. Like, it was when we're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't make it sound like these assholes went out to do it.
Going to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be driving somewhere.
We'd be
and
driving to
someone
Walmart.
would be walking on this side of the road.
Yeah.
So then we'd honk, honk, and then we'd wave over here. And then they're like... You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to be like the person that gets honked at, and then you're going to wave and like, oh, shit.
And they're waving the wrong direction.
But then
they're looking like, who the hell are they waving at?
Who are they actually waving to?
There's no one fucking there.
And then our stupid fucks are we're just laughing. We're the best!
And sometimes you'll wave,
stupid.
you'll blind wave someone over here, and then someone will be over here walking by accident, and that's called a doppelganger.
Yeah, you have to wave.
Yeah.
So that's a blind wave,
Yep.
and it's a very sophisticated game that plays with the way society works.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
The funny thing with the name too is that I decided I didn't like it that much, and you two had to convince me we were going to use Blind Wave.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go Smash Studios or something.
Well, the best thing about it is that it was not copyrighted, so we didn't have to worry about someone else taking it.
Yeah. The only thing I found when searching Blind Wave was fucking blind bags for My Little Ponies.
Yeah.
You type in Blind Wave and go through images, you're going to see a bunch of My Little Pony stuff all over. That's how we met and how we came up with Blind Wave.
Yeah.
We've had questions on that, tons of times.
Yeah.
So. Let's go on to the next question. Calvin, who's the next one?
Shadow Raikou. Hey, Shadow. Did you guys ever see the boost in popularity coming? What did you think about it? I found you guys when you were just about to complete DBZ A Season 1, and now I'm on the ride to 100,000.
Oh, Season 1. That would have been in, episode 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been really early on.
Yeah, because we did DBZA
Every
one a
day
day for 50 days, pretty much. It went to 51, didn't it?
Yeah, it was like 2 months almost.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think they had just released 51 by the time we got to like 45 or
Anyway,
something.
in terms of the boost in popularity, I mean, like we said, we kind of had that Ferocity video that got like a crazy amount. Like when it hit 1 million, I went fucking crazy. It was so amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's at almost 10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got 10 million now, but our new channel here has 16 million views total, you know?
Yeah, overall.
Which is
videos.
crazy because we had to leave the old channel, came to a whole new channel that it was one of mine that had like maybe 10,000 views on it.
Yeah.
And now we've grown it to what it is now in a year.
Yeah.
But
So
did we see that popularity coming?
I won't say I saw it coming. I'll say that I really enjoyed the stuff we were putting out, and if you enjoy it, and you're usually your harshest critic, people are going to enjoy it. So
yeah.
I really didn't think so. When Eric started saying about doing like a reaction kind of video, I never really watched reaction videos or anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't into them. The ones I'd seen were usually just like they watched like a viral video and they were like, "Oh, this is cool," and then that's it, you know. And Eric's like, "Well, we're gonna do more than that. Like we're gonna do what we normally would do, just talk about it."
I mean, honestly, my rationale was like, we just don't hang out enough anymore. Like, you know, me and Aaron lived together for a little bit and watched just television shows because it's so much more fun when we watch something.
We would do this
with a friend. Yeah, we would just do exactly this, or like people would come over, we would watch like internet videos for like an hour, you know? And it's just so much fucking fun. And when I watch reaction videos, you kind of get the same feeling, except when it's like just one guy staring and being like, "All right, that was cool, subscribe." It's like, no, let's bring the fun of like going to a movie theater and watching with somebody. Obviously, you don't want to talk during a movie, but when you're done and you get in the car and you're driving home, that conversation in the car after you've seen an awesome movie, that's what I wanted to capture with this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally didn't think that it would. I didn't think we would really get much popularity, honestly. And then like it started like things we were getting like we hit 10,000, then we hit like 20,000. I'm like, well, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would boost up 50K in 1 year. You know, like that was really awesome. It's hard when you're by yourself, you're doing it, and you're trying to like do your other jobs, and you're the only one trying to grow this, whatever. But what we've done so far with like still having day jobs, but then trying to keep putting out content and doing stuff. I mean, consistency's been key. I think is the best thing.
Consistency is key, but we also found a really cool format that melds reactions, which can be very popular, but they don't last very long. You know, as in like if you watch a reaction video, you're not gonna watch it again like a year later usually. You know, whereas like reviews and skits and stuff like that, you do. But we're trying to like meld that together. Like sometimes our reaction videos, like for the Flash, has all of those elements. You know.
Yeah.
Especially like in terms of review, our reviews are usually 75% of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you, Calvin.
I was kind of on the same boat as Aaron. I didn't think we were gonna get this big this quickly. I mean, I kind of figured like, oh, people are commenting saying they enjoy it and stuff like that. But I didn't think we were gonna be like someone's favorite reaction channel in the first year of doing this.
I mean, it was cool whenever that top 20 reactor thing came out, and we got 11.
Yeah, we got 11th.
That was months ago. We only spent like 10 months or so on it so far, 9 months at the time. Yeah. But I mean, we got maybe less than that. It might have been 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 7 months.
The wall was
but we got 11 out of 20, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and that was only with like maybe 30,000 subscribers, if that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't very many.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Eric, there's one there, the Phillips one.
Phillips Lucas 8. Hey, is this Lucas Phillips maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's his
says Q&A, do you guys have jobs outside of Blind Wave? If so, what are they? I met you guys at River City Comic Con last year, and I've been following ever since. So jobs outside of Blind Wave, as of right now, yes. Both me and Aaron are part of an actual video production crew that we sometimes will when we can, we'll hire Calvin and Shane. And that's kind of the boring stuff. That's
filming a lecture.
Getting
B-roll
of a river with the duck on it. It's okay. It's not bad. It's a cool job because I worked pizza for 7 years, and I was able to afford a house, so I have space for Blind Wave now.
The most creative you got then was to make a heart-shaped pizza.
Yeah. I worked really hard to be able to make my hobby, which was working with the camera, my job, and now I'm working really hard to make my hobby, which is doing the stuff I want to do with the camera, my actual job.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of at right now.
I have a job outside of this. I worked at a car dealership, and now I actually just got hired at the city that I work at as a laborer on the street crew.
Yeah. So being able to be outside and
and
fresh
like
air
on a
and-
car dealership, you work like 50, 60 hours a week, and it's like in the middle of the day. And then I'd come here with these guys and do stuff. It was tiring. I never got to see my other friends or my family that much. At the city, I'm gonna be working. I'll be off at 4. I'll get weekends off, nights off,
Benefits.
and it's a more fun job because I'm outside in the sunshine, work with my hands.
Yeah.
Not stressing out. And what I obviously wanted to do eventually is just do this full time with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently in between jobs. I've been looking around for something, actually considering going back to school. I had worked construction and different kind of things like that, service work on HVAC, all kind of stuff, different building houses, doing concrete work. Yeah, actually thinking about going into criminal justice as a career, maybe. I don't know.
That way he can become Detective Calvin.
Yeah.
Like Eric said, him and I work on video production. That's all I do right now is either this stuff, that stuff, or home with my family.
Yeah.
And then the stream stuff that I do with Blind Wave 2 and stuff like that. Before that, I was also working at like Radio Shack doing retail and doing Blind Wave. So that was where I was then. Now I'm trying to just do this.
Yeah, that's what we all are
Yeah,
trying to do.
that's the plan. Like, Calvin, I'd love for you to become Detective Calvin, but you're Detective Calvin in my heart already.
Yeah.
Here, if we can get to the point where we can afford to all 4 of us go full time, I mean, that's kind of the dream,
Yeah.
And it's not just we kind of puffed up reaction videos a little while ago, but that's not that's not the ultimate goal. We still want to do them absolutely because they're so much fun, but so much more stuff we can do that's more fun, more creative, more challenging, that will require more people.
Yeah. And more time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely more time. So we're just trying to, you have to be able to pay for that. You have to be able to make your bills and pay your rent and feed your kids and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Heck, we've created little like kind of story stuff going back and forth in like a reaction video,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just us talking and doing stuff. And we're like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, imagine if it was just a story that we just wanted to do, and like just here we're just gonna make a story now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, next question is from Edwin B31.
Edwin, he drew that.
Oh, yeah.
He
He
did
drew
the
the
DBZ.
blind wave.
He drew that.
And
that's
Kylo.
badass.
or Kylo, he did too,
Oh.
right?
Oh,
Did he do that? Did he do that?
oh my God,
I'm pretty sure he did
stencil
the
Very
scratch
thankful
art.
for those.
Is it
Yeah.
the scratch art?
Yeah.
I hate him.
Pictures. Shut up!
Shop.
Anyway, Edwin B says, how long on average does a video take to film and edit?
Ooh.
I mean, part of it depends on what kind of video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a trailer isn't as long
No, trailers are easy.
as a 2-hour finale.
Some of these, I don't want to come down on these other reaction channels, but some of the other reaction channels that only do viral videos and trailers and stuff. Man, they got it easy because that you can get that done in an hour tops, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever we do, let's say an episode, a 40-minute episode, which is the majority of stuff that we do,
Yeah.
like every
Like
week,
Game of Thrones.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. So we gotta get first. We have to get everybody here. Calvin has to drive here sometimes, like a half hour, or these guys
In
can't
the
get
country
here.
half hour.
And it's 1 a.m.,
Not like-
Yeah.
Or let's just say it's normally around like 10,
11
11 p.m.
o'clock, yeah.
when we can start because we have other jobs and other work that we have to do, right?
Yeah.
So-
Babysitters and families.
Yeah, so we finally get here, we sit down, we have everything that we need to get going, and we have to talk a little bit. We have to get ourselves in the mindset and get warmed up a little bit. We talk about 10, 12 minutes, and then we start the show. And then the show is about 40 minutes long. And then we talk for about another
40 minutes.
Probably 40 minutes.
at least a half hour.
Well, now we have our talk, and then we also have our Q&As we do
Yeah.
on top of that.
Who's keeping track of time, by the way, as I do this? So let's say 10, 40, which is 50, and then another 40, which
Okay.
is...
There's 90.
So 90 minutes, an hour and a half right there, right?
Yeah.
That's
So right
Pretty
now
close,
we're into an hour and a half, okay? And that's the fun, easy part. Okay, now we have to transfer the video over to the computer, which, we're shooting in 1080p HD. It will take about 30 minutes, okay? And then I got to bring it into Premiere, which is the editing software that I use, and I have to line up all the audio and the video and the television show, and I have that all there set up, ready to go. All right, and that's probably another 20 minutes. And then I have to edit. To edit all of that can take sometimes
Number one, you have to at least watch it all once.
yeah.
So
Well-
you just have the watching time, let alone the
Yeah.
time of actually cutting and editing.
It takes about
and stuff.
3 times as long.
If I put it all together, it'd take me about like a 40-minute episode with a bunch of talking. Let's say that's an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes would probably take me about 3 hours to edit. And then I have to render it, which would be another hour. And then I have to upload it, which is another hour. And then while that's happening, I gotta make an icon, which is about 10 minutes, and then I have to do all the tags and all the video stuff and all that stuff. So by the time I'm all done, it's
like 6 hours.
6, 7 a.m. and it's time to get my regular work done.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And then that's not counting if we end up having a video that's like, a very crazy episode where the first time you go through, instead of having 10 minutes, you got 16 minutes.
You didn't
now
mention
you got to
that
go through and cut out all the good stuff that you left originally. It's like, well, that's not as good.
So even though there's a couple hours in there that I'm actually just waiting for something to get done, I can go out and do other things. The actual runtime, which is how I charge clients, like how much I work and how much my computer works, because the same rate, it is like, it can be like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Just the whole production of it. And that's one video, and we put out 10 of these a week.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And they're not always television shows.
Yeah, it varies a little bit.
But
some of the trailers don't take as long, but you get a 40-minute video.
Like mailbags, they take 2 hours to film, but I can cut it down to like, an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
That's like 3 hours of editing, but you're only watching an hour, but it's nice and tight and people watch it.
Yeah.
So it just depends. But it's not as easy as people think it is. It's also not extremely hard. It's just time consuming.
Yeah.
But if you're a good editor, you can take something that's not hard to do and make it really fun to watch. That's you can work all night on an edit, and if it's not very good, no one's going to watch it, But if you have the eye and the one ear, I have one ear. If you have the eye and the ear,
he's deaf in one ear.
Yeah, you can make something that flows really nice.
Yeah.
And, because the generation that watches YouTube now, and I'm this way as well, I'm just impatient. I just don't have fucking time to watch 3 minutes of a cat sitting there before the cat does something interesting, you know?
It's true.
Like,
He'll turn
fuck
shit
this.
off right
Fuck
away.
he'll scrub through a video.
I'm like, I want to watch it. He's like, no!
But you know what? That
You
makes
grab
me a good editor.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There's the rough average of how long it takes to do.
Long
a
fucking
video.
time.
Takes a while. Takes
As
a
long
while.
as it takes from the talk.
Yep. So we're either losing sleep or we're losing work time on like other projects and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Usually it's sleep.
It's usually sleep.
It's
I mean,
usually what's lost.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. And I have to say, like, sometimes when I'm overwhelmed, Aaron can do some editing, too. These guys don't edit as much, but the idea is that if we can get this thing going and people are working more and full time, then we can have 4 editors rather than just me.
Yeah. Which would be a lot more content we can push out. And, or, more stuff of writing or getting stuff set up and keeping track of things,
I gotta say, it's... Just to put this out there, it's extremely frustrating sometimes and discouraging when I'm working all night and I got an episode done. Oh my gosh. And then next afternoon, I can do the next one, right? Because we do like Flash and S.H.I.E.L.D. in the same night.
Yeah.
And then, I get Flash. Where's S.H.I.E.L.D.? In the comments. Where is it? You guys are getting lazy. Your stuff's coming out late. I'm like,
I'm trying. Alrighty, so there we go. Next question we got from Calvin. Read the Moogie.
Moogie76 Q&A. If the channel's popularity continues to increase, fingers crossed, is there anything you would like to change about it, or any pet projects you would like to do? Absolutely.
Yes.
Not so much in the changing of the channel, but pet projects, absolutely.
Just taking what we have now and doing more of it, and then adding a bunch of other different stuff.
Yeah. Like I have been thinking about doing a small series just on my own, which is like, because I used to draw when I was a kid, like a lot, you know, and I would like to get back into that. And I think that doing on the channel, like having like a new Let's Draw video with like my video editing in it, I think that would be like a fun little thing. And
now that can be done live on Twitch too, because they have that creative channel like Bob Ross. You can be the next Bob Ross.
I could.
I'm gonna put a little bush right here. Right.
Why do you say bush first?
He's always fucking painting bushes.
He's always painting trees.
It's
not
always
bushes.
A fucking bush.
It's always a happy tree. It's never a fucking bush.
The happy cloud.
I mean, he doesn't say fucking bush. It's Bob Ross. He
very
should.
That would be metal.
Bob
That
Ross.
would be metal. Here's
He
a little fucking bush.
Nice little
can't
fucking
anymore.
Bush. Nice fucking little bush right here.
Too soon.
I like the idea of just like not being like fuck like Calvin usually does, but being like, here's a nice little fucking tree right here. I'm just gonna
That's what I'm saying.
paint
Sounds
this
like a hippie.
It's a
Like
happy
fucking
yeah,
tree.
Here's a happy fucking tree.
Sounds like that guy up Days and Confused.
Fucking happy tree.
Cool, man.
Cool fucking happy tree.
And now I'm
All
gonna be drawing the Flash fighting.
So
for,
what?
For me, I mean, like some of the main stuff I'm really excited for us to do, hopefully sooner than later, is their own original series, comedy web series, a supernatural type series, our own short films, comedy drama, and our own feature film that Eric and I have tossed around a ton of ideas for. And like I said, we're filmmakers. We've done this for a while, and we think we're creative enough and skilled enough to do it. We just need the time. And that's the stuff that I'm most excited for. I personally would love to do like a workout series. Like nutrition and health and fitness.
Do we need that though? I feel like we're
I think
Pretty
we're
in
pretty
shape.
stocked.
yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Look at that. Add a cupcake earlier.
Eric needs it the least.
Ooh, yeah.
That's cupcake right there.
That's all cupcake icing right there.
I'm drinking water.
I want to do a Calvin Fixes Thing series. And I want Calvin to do it.
I don't count and fix shit.
Like world hunger or
Nah, you probably could do
Fine, I'm
that.
not fixing your
Like,
apartment.
like the sink.
41.
World hunger. Fucking
That should be the name of the
Neutering.
show though. Calvin Fixes Shit. Hey guys, welcome back to Calvin Fixes Shit. Today, the shit we'll be fixing is the sink.
we're gonna fix this shit real good.
Yeah.
Alright, he's got
Yeah,
bang
we got
on
it.
this show a little bit. Sink's fixed.
Dude,
That's it.
we just have a Calvin shit series. Like
Yeah.
Calvin solves shit. Calvin fixes shit. Calvin reads shit.
Calvin ponders shit.
Yeah, you know. It's a good series.
Is
That's
this
a new
a
pet
Calvin
project.
pondering?
That's Calvin's pet project, right?
Okay.
Calvin, do you have a pet project? No. Okay.
We gave it to him.
Shit.
Shit. You sitting there
Okay.
thinking.
I'm just pondering now.
All right.
Motherfucking Tormund. QNA. Where is the Blind Wave located?
Where
Blind
is the
Cave.
blind cave?
The
Located.
blind cave.
I don't want an address. Just whose home is it? Is it a basement? Love the channel and thank you for the content.
It's at my house. It's not exactly a basement. It's like the first floor because the front part of my house is
Ground level.
That's
Ground
ground. That's underground.
yeah, but the back I'm on a hill, so the back half is like a basement
I
kind
mean,
of.
I have a basement.
Yeah,
It's-
if
it's
you have a
basement on
basement,
Mine's
one
the same.
side.
Mine's the
Yeah.
same though.
Yeah.
'Cause the one side's out of ground where I can walk out the door.
yeah,
But
but
the
it's
other
like
side's underground.
Yeah.
My basement's like that too.
I don't know why I consider it different. I think it's because the front of my house, like my front door, is in my basement. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird. Anyway, it's my house. It's in one of my bigger rooms. I have a lot of vacant space, so we're kind of filling that up with blind wave stuff. Quickly. What?
Don't.
What do you guys not do for a fat joke once? Not once. Like every time I make a bald joke, I feel a little bad. I mean, I should probably lay off on these, but I'm not now.
Poor Calvin. He doesn't want to go bald. It's not his fault.
Yeah, that was really loud.
I echo a lot.
Shane's really greasy.
I am
I can see
so
it.
peanut, but it preserves my body.
No, just
It's
fucking
not my knees.
No.
makes everything slimy
Keeps
and
it
gross.
dirty.
Fucking windows can't ever be clean.
I cannot.
His glasses are still messed up.
Yeah, I still feel like I see grease and shit every once in a while when
Matches the rest of his face.
Dips it in
And then-
ammonia and bleach.
just dip it in some bleach.
Yeah,
Fucking like skulls and shit start flying out of it.
it's like souls of the damned. It's at my house. We're in a small town. I love it. I love this place. But it does get filled up pretty quick these days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully one day we're doing this enough that we can also afford some extra space.
A place that's not in one of our houses.
A studio.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Because right now it's like I'm at my house and I work all the time for both jobs, and it's like I have no place to live.
Just go upstairs.
Well, I go upstairs, but I just think like I just walk downstairs and do more work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so I can
Yeah.
never like relax.
I'd love if we can put more time to actually get like a studio at some point and have a place like this is where we go to work.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we're just in this little shitty corner. We have all this shit behind us. I mean, I love this corner because of the shit behind us.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
this is definitely the best corner.
But
in
we
your
have,
house.
like, this little rinky-dink table, and, you
Yeah.
know, when we do Game of Thrones, and we have to move stuff around because there's so many people.
Yeah, there's
and
just
only one person can stand up.
A lot
Yeah.
of stuff here.
Michael Dodaro on our YouTube page says, my question is, why does Calvin hate birds so much?
Oh my gosh.
This is a question we get a lot.
Me and Aaron started the Let's Play series of Metal Gear.
Metal Gear
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
must have been nothing.
There was all these birds that would, for some reason, like either distract me or get in my way when I'm trying to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
And they were just annoying. And I always pointed them out whenever they would mess me up or
I mean, they can't,
cause me to lose.
they can't interact with you, can they?
They can't interact with you. I mean, in
So when you say
Phantom
mess
Pain,
up, when you say mess up, it's like in your mind.
well, yeah, they distracted me.
Yeah, okay.
Like I saw motion and I went for it.
Sure.
And I shot at it instead of the guy that I was
Like a
supposed to
fucking
shoot
animal.
at.
You
Yeah.
see motion.
And
T-Rex.
I just
Can't see if you. Calvin can't see if you don't move.
I just blamed the birds. And
So it was the bird's fault.
the more I started blaming the birds, the more I saw that the birds were actually causing shit. Like in Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5, there was a time where I was sniping and I was pointing at a guy, and I had it on his head, and I shot, and a bird flew across, and it caught the bullet, and the bird died, and I missed the shot on the guy.
Yeah.
In Metal Gear Solid 2, he slipped in bird poo.
Yeah, I slipped in bird poop, and I died. Remember on...
I don't remember, no. I don't think I was there for that one.
It's like on a pipe.
Yeah, it's on a pipe, and you're running along, you have to jump over the bird shit, otherwise you slip off.
Or go
yeah.
slow.
Or go slow.
Long story short, Calvin sucked at a video game and wanted to blame something.
So I blame the
We got
birds.
a lot of those stories.
I just hate birds in video games.
He should have bird at my house one.
And television shows and movies. And
He threw a bird into Eric's window.
They hate you. That's why they're coming for.
If I had thrown it...
he was doing recon.
Yeah.
It's like, dang it, this way's no good, there's glass!
How we kill this Calvin. All right.
It's gonna take a lot of them.
So there's a bird story.
Yeah, thanks, Michael.
Reed, who him and I Snapchat frequently. Okay, favorite thing to do in the spare time outside of reactions and whatever.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Eric, you
Well, I
first?
don't have any spare time outside of it. So
Good at Tanya's.
I like to read in the bathtub.
I'm in a shitter.
I like to watch Netflix, like watching stuff that I'll never watch on a reaction channel.
That's hard to find, though.
It's getting there.
It is.
Yeah, now I don't. There's things I want to watch and I better not.
Well, like it's like I don't think we're gonna watch. Like, yeah, it is hard to find because I'm watching like shit like Friends now.
Right?
Like we're not gonna do this.
We watched that when we lived together.
Yeah, I know. That's all I got.
It's because we didn't have Netflix. We watched Friends.
It's a constant loop of Friends. Ugh.
Well, no, like, right now, because like, I started watching NCIS, because like, there's no way someone's going to want us to react to this.
Yeah.
So I started watching it. Now I'm going on to, I'm watching stand-up comedy, because I'm like, there's no way someone's going to just want me to watch just stand-up comedians and just sit there and just, ha-ha!
I've been doing that too. I've watched John Mulaney and
Yeah, I watch all
Louis
kind of stuff.
C.K.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been doing now. But spare time, I don't have any.
Yeah, I just frankly don't have any spare time.
For me, I love to play sports, basketball, a lot. I like to run and lift. I like to play video games.
I like to work on mechanical things. I like to shoot.
Shoot what? Birds?
Bird,
I mean,
Birds.
not
big birds, little birds,
strictly.
You shoot birds?
deer.
No.
Starlings.
Gotta shoot
I mean,
birds.
if I'm hunting birds, like a turkey, or
This guy shoots birds! See, no one cares.
Nobody cares. We got Dobson here. If you were on death row, and you could have one last meal, what would you eat?
It would be steak from my parents' farm. It would be hash brown casserole that my mom makes. And this cake called Better Than Sex Cake.
That's not real.
And it literally is.
It's better than sex.
Well, if you get a cake fat ass in their face.
Cake fat ass.
I mean,
what?
that
I'm
makes
just
no
saying.
fucking
I'm
sense.
just saying.
to me.
Those
That's a
things.
nickname
Those
for
things
fat
are.
ass
Those
cake.
things are. You can go get
Talk
that
about
whenever
last
you
year.
want. All right. This is fleeting. Better than sex cake.
It's not.
All right. It's chocolate cake, and you poke holes in it, and you fill the holes with caramel, and the cake soaks it up. You put whipped cream on top of it, and you eat it, and it's fucking gooey. And it's like when that whiskey hit
Gets
our
in your
mouths
beard?
earlier, except it's just fucking amazing. Ugh! It's better than sex.
Mine would probably be SpaghettiOs with meatballs, with a side of Chef Boyardee pizza.
Yeah, the best pizza in the world.
Yes.
I can't even say it.
The ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Ice cream cake from Dairy.
Yeah, I can go have your last meal
Really?
right now.
I can't. Is it only one item?
No,
He named off like 4 over there.
Yeah.
No, it was the last meal.
I mean, whatever you can fit in your stomach.
Well, you have one item in a meal? That's
You
bullshit.
usually get one main thing, 2 sides, and dessert.
Whatever you can
honestly.
fit in your stomach for your last food.
Probably Ohio corn-fed venison steak, green bean mushroom casserole that my mom makes,
good.
homemade pizza, and for dessert probably my dad's homemade ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Homemade.
raw egg.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
good.
Homemade, either the coffee or the hot cocoa ice cream.
That sounds
So
awesome.
good.
All right.
I would like to try some of that ice cream.
Or pumpkin pie
Pumpkin pie.
with an entire can of
Whipped topping.
whipped topping.
That's a good one.
I would.
Go ahead.
I would get some chicken tikka masala. I'd have the sushi, my chicken tikka masala, naan, a cherry Dr. Pepper.
We ain't even talking about drinks. Shit.
Sorry. and
I
then
don't need any.
Oreos with milk. Oreos with milk.
Oreos with
Dude,
milk
that
is
is
good.
a classic.
Or-
I would have the ice cream cake
I
Oreo
don't know,
one.
German chocolate cake would be really close too. I love me
Yeah.
some German chocolate cake.
Yeah.
But
One-
Oreos are so good too.
I like Chips Ahoy more than Oreos.
Fuck.
Well, I don't.
Why?
It's
That's not American.
It's good.
It had to be crunchy, not the
Yeah,
chewy.
you soak it up with some milk.
Yeah.
Soak a
That's
fucking
what you do with an Oreo.
No.
Eric's
Oreo
like,
when it's
ludicrous!
I've had enough Oreos.
Guys.
I haven't had enough Chips Ahoy.
42.
Okay. Another
I
thing I
am
want to
so
add.
fucking hungry.
Oh, yeah.
we
Calvin,
need to
whenever
hurry
you
this
randomly say a number, what does that mean?
That is how many times Shane has spat on me while talking.
Spat upon you?
Spat upon me.
Yeah.
Either like, and he just drips slob off his tongue.
Or when he blows
like
a fucking bubble out.
It blows a fucking bubble out and
Uh-huh.
it lands on my arm. He's done it 42 times. And I've started since I've met him and we started working in Blind Wave. Eric has only spat on me in all the Game of Thrones once. Aaron has only spat on me in all the times we've ridden together twice.
Bullshit.
Hi, win!
How many times you spat on yourself?
But I spend a lot more time with Aaron than I do Eric, to be honest. But all the time, like, me and Shane probably spend the least amount of time together, but he has spat on me now 42 times.
I wonder how many times Shane spit on me.
You guys have known each other for 12 years. I
Yeah.
can't imagine.
Like, it's probably like a bucket's worth.
It's gotta be at least.
Like, he's bit your toes. What does that count as?
he bit.
I did.
Yeah.
He bites.
Why'd you
Yeah.
bite his toes?
He bites his toes.
Oh,
To
Why
be
would you
fair,
put those in
to
your
be
mouth?
fair, I have really handsome toes.
What?
It's a weird fetish.
If you were on Sunday stream, you know.
He didn't bite his toes in
I
Sunday stream,
cracked
did
him.
he?
I didn't bite him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I
No,
want to drink.
handsome toes is what I'm saying.
I want to drink Sunkissed, by the way.
Sunkissed.
And I want to add chicken adobo that my mom cooks as a Filipino meal.
And it's quite a meal.
Yeah.
Mine was good. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like mine was the most actual meal. You guys are like, food. That's
No,
a meal.
Mine was a
Remember
meal.
the movie Signs? They
Mine
just
was
make
a
a bunch
meal.
of shit.
Chicken tikka masala was
Yeah,
main
Calvin.
course. I had naan as a side, like toast or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, or my bread or my roll, and then I had sushi. That's another side. That's awesome.
Is sushi a side?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I go to Shogun, I get.
When I get sushi, I get sushi.
I mean, I guess
Sushi.
like people that's their meal. That's probably their meal. But for Americans that are fucking fat and.
I'm fatter than
Yeah.
you, and that's my meal. I just get a lot of it. Sushi.
Well,
Do you get like the Titanic?
There was only 7 of them, dude.
It's like 148
Awesome.
pieces
I would
of
eat just
sushi.
that. That'd be so fucking good.
It's like $150 though.
Eat that
All right,
shit.
what was your
Yeah.
We would.
All right, next question.
What's your funniest childhood memory?
That made me laugh right then, or that
Mine.
is so stupid and
No,
make
that's
me laugh
funny now.
Well, mine. The funniest thing that happened to me when I was. I mean, I'm going back to because there's so much funny shit in high school. But I'll go back to first grade. We had a sub because Mrs. Rao was sick. We had this sub named Mrs. Whitehead. All right, I know. And then during a spelling test, she was bent over from her desk and she just let off the loudest fart in the world.
So
That was the hardest I ever.
That's
laughed.
your
Oh,
funniest.
so you mean
Really?
funniest like in the moment, not funniest now?
Well, I mean, I got funny stuff. My dad beat me. That you guys probably your favorite childhood
No.
memory.
No.
Yeah. I was saying I was went into the context of the question because
Oh,
I mean a teacher farted once isn't the funniest thing.
Well, that made me laugh. Okay,
Okay,
fine. We'll
so-
change it to tell a story then. What's the funniest thing that ever happened to you now?
you know, like Eric's water park story is
Probably
so
the
funny
water
now.
park story is the
What's that?
funniest thing for me to say.
Say it.
They may have missed it. We said this before, like in Shield or Flash. Or
Okay,
something.
but not
Yeah,
everybody.
but
has
I
seen
haven't seen it.
it. Okay, so there is you guys know it's like in Cleveland. I'm not sure what the water park is. It's a long time ago. Fuck it. What was advertised at this water park was the world's tallest, fastest water slide. Right? I couldn't wait. You're driving up to it in your car, you know, in your back seat, and you can see it. It's just that, and the horizon, like, yeah, you know. Couldn't wait to get to it. So I'm in my swim trunks. I'm probably about 12. I mean, when I say childhood, I mean I'm a little older, but even still, right? So you know, the parents go off. You know, back then no one gave a shit. You know, no one's gonna steal this little fat boy. You know, so
Too hard to carry away.
Running around the water park, going under the big giant mushrooms that have water on them and shit.
Yeah.
You know, get to the top of the stairs, finally huff my way up there, you know, the really good looking, like in shape tan lifeguard, you know. Anyway, so you're supposed to use fucking these big tubes, but
Yeah.
they didn't have any tubes left because they keep having to bring them up, you
Let's
know.
let this asshole go by himself.
And they just let the older kids,
I never
like, they
heard
just
this
let
story.
them go. I know, I never told you this. They let, like, adults are just allowed to go down, you know? But I was kind of tall, you know? Even then, I was the tallest person, like, in my class. So they're like, yeah, you can go down, sure, no problem. I'm like, all right, sweet. I go down this thing, feet first, you know? And it's awesome when you do this. And then you do this, you know? And I wasn't afraid. It was fun. But the water, you run so fast, the water shot up my asshole so fast and so deep, so furious. It shot up my asshole so much that I immediately started shitting. It was like an enema. I got down there. It took like 5 seconds to get to the bottom, right? But in that 5 seconds, the
big brown streak.
The 2.5 lasted like 7 years because it was like, ah! You know, as I went down and I landed in the pool of water, you know, and they have some guy like helping you up as you're like getting up. And I was like, you know. So I have to go to the bathroom. And the closest one is where all the families are changing. You know? So I run in there, and you know, like when you're swimming and then you got to go shit, and it's just.
And you just have to peel your wet
trunks off. But have that be after an enema, you know?
Yeah.
Is pretty much what it was. Someone's in there shitting. There's families, like, I can hear them, you know? Like, changing. It's like one of those things where, like, a whole family can change. Like, men and women. Not like today with Target. I'm talking about, back then, you know? It was like when families. So there's, like, little kids, like, running past. I can see their feet as I'm shitting out of the door, you know what I'm saying?
Lifting your legs up. So
the rest of the trip, I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop shitting. The whole rest of the shit.
I think it's a Charlie Rose story.
It sucked. That story, that moment is the moment I realized that I love women.
What?
There was no more questioning it. He knew.
Yeah.
Women.
Alright.
Then when nothing else going. Anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Shane, what's your funny story? Like an actual like funny story.
Yeah.
Not like teacher
Okay,
farted.
I'm not a child here. I'm about 16. But
You're a child.
You were a child.
Like, no, I was a man.
On the school bus, you know, and there's this chick who I fornicated with. This chick was sucking my dick on the bus, and I got car sick.
Should have been in the back.
And I threw up on her head.
Yeah. And the hair.
Yeah, and just and she's like, "Oh God!" Gets up, and we're both like, "All right, we can't do anything about this. I threw up on you. You can't tell anyone because we have to tell them what you were doing." So she had to go to school with vomit on her.
Yeah.
And it was just the most embarrassing thing in the world to me. And I don't even think she didn't really tell anyone. I thought she was going to tell everybody, but she didn't. Okay? But I've got mental problems. Okay, every time I would jack off or do something with a girl after that, I would remember that moment, and I would get nauseous. So I'd be jacking off at my parents' house. I'd be in a camper. Zach will be taking a shower in the house. I'd be like, I can finally jack off.
Yeah.
And then I would start, I couldn't jack off without throwing up for like 6 months. So I'd be doing something, and that's at this time.
So it's mental association.
Yeah, at this time in my life, it's like I had post-traumatic trauma of this jack-off throw-up. I mean, this fucking blowjob vomit session that I had.
Yeah.
So in order to get something to come out of here, you got to get something to come out of here.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
Pretty much. So
He had created a mental pathway.
That's awful.
Motor engram.
You eventually just fucked through it, right?
No, not that.
Well, you don't have
not that for years later.
You eventually probably jacked it off.
No, I did not. I can't remember how I got over it, but I remember it was during this time I went through a renaissance of trying to learn how to talk to girls and get girls' numbers. But I remember thinking, I can't do anything with these fucking girls out vomiting. You know what I mean? So I perfected the talking part.
Yeah.
What if you
know what I mean? Because I wasn't trying to rush into the sexual stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you vomit.
Because I'd vomit. Yeah. And that's what made me so good at it.
Yeah, good.
What if you'd have kept that for the rest of your life?
I'd be like banging joy. Like, throw it up next to her in a bucket.
Like, either you'd have to deal with it where, like, hey, this is going to happen just so you know, and you're ready, or you just never do anything for the rest of your life. It's like a 40-year-old
You know what happened?
virgin.
Like, if every time he had sex, he would vomit, then every time he saw his kids, he realized, like, I had sex to make them, and he started vomiting. Every time he saw his children, he starts
Whenever he
vomiting.
started loving his
Eventually,
kids.
his entire world becomes vomit.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's good. Alrighty. Calvin, it's you.
Probably the funniest thing that I can think of, it wasn't something that I did, it's just something that I watched unfold in front of me. So it's Christmas morning. I'm probably about 5 or 6, and we have a wiener dog.
Sure.
And we've had him for probably like 6 months. He's still a puppy. Dad's sitting in the living room in front of the tree. We're listening to music. Mom's making breakfast for all of us. And we just smell this smell. And Dad starts looking around and is like, oh crap, the dog Dog just shit in the middle of the floor.
Sure.
Right in front of the tree.
On Christmas.
On Christmas morning,
Yeah.
he shat in front of the tree. Mom cleans up the shit and everything. And then she like, no, wait, I don't want this to happen again. So she picks up the dog by the scruff of the neck and she drags it in and just shoves its face in the poop to where it like poop goes up its nose to make sure that it never does this again.
Yeah.
And she picks it up and she shakes it like that.
Yeah. With the shit on its face.
With the shit on its face. And we're all looking like Mom going insane, just trying to kill this dog.
Yeah, with shit.
She says that it slipped out of her hand.
The
like
dog?
the dog.
Okay.
But to all four of us, it just looked like she threw it down.
Okay.
She was trying to catch it in midair after she let it slip out of her hand. But all of her telegraph motion and everything, she just threw this dog down. She just threw this little
Like she
8-inch puppy down
like-
on the kitchen
yeah.
floor, on the tile.
Like she's celebrating a touchdown.
Yeah!
Pretty much.
This little dog is the football
With
after
shit all over its face.
shit all over its face.
Yeah.
And we're all just like, Mom just broke.
Oh.
And she broke this dog on
Yeah.
Christmas morning. It's the worst
Homeschooling
thing
your kids.
that ever happened. It's one of those things that we're still in shock.
The shit covered dog that your mom
The
threw.
shit-covered dog that our mom threw on
That's
the
a good one.
kitchen
I like that one.
on the kitchen floor.
Shit-covered dog. When you said the first thing that came to my mind is a story I told Melanie. She always laughs about it. And it's a long time ago. I used to live on like this kind of country road in this farmhouse. It was on a corner, and right next to us was like another little like house across the street.
Yeah.
And one day we were out, back behind my house. My whole family was swimming, and a lot of times after I go swimming, I don't know if you guys like this. Every time I go swimming, usually after I'm done and I get out, I need to go pee.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we were getting out of the pool and stuff, and there's like a crawdad hole next to where our pool was. Cause it was out in the country, there's mud and stuff around it, so there's like a little crawdad hole. Well, my dad just started peeing in this crawdad hole. And I'm like an 8-year-old kid or something like that. And I'm like, oh, look at my dad, he's peeing in this crawdad. That looks cool. I want to do it too. So I pull my trunks down, start peeing in this crawdad hole. My mom decides that she wants to mess with me. She's like, Aaron, the neighbor lady's looking at you. And I go, what? And my hand slips off, so the trunks pull it back up against my body and just starts pissing into my mouth. And I was like, ah! Why?
I imagine you trying to like hawk it out faster than it's going in, but it's going in too fast.
Yeah. No.
It's just making like this.
You know, like whenever
this
you're
waterfall.
it's like when you're doing dishes and your spoon hits the water perfectly.
Yeah, it
That's
just.
the greatest thing when that happens.
And like my family just starts laughing about it. I'm like, it's not funny. And I look up, there's no fucking neighbor lady. My mom's just messing with me.
Messing with
And I run down to the house. I'm going to the kitchen. I'm trying to like rinse my mouth out and shit. I'm like,
Got
fuck.
piss all over
It's
it.
sterile.
But like, that's one of the first things I always think of. Like, a different story from my childhood.
Yeah.
Like just, I trying to piss on a crawdad
You know-
hole, got tricked and pissed in my mouth.
Did you guys notice the running theme? Shit, puke, shit, piss.
Yeah.
Bodily functions.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Our next question then looks like it's from Craven King, who says, I have too many favorite moments, but what is your favorite blind wave moment?
Dicks are yummy.
Dicks Are Yummy is good. I personally always really enjoy both producing them and watching the Zoom versus Reverse Flash things that me and Aaron do.
Yeah.
those are
Flash. That's probably some of my favorite stuff. But I also really love slap bets.
Slap
bets
bets are good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I love like
Yeah.
opening gifts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are pretty. The getting ice, because that was like the first like big gift
It
we've
was
ever
the
gotten.
first huge gift we got.
That was pretty crazy. Actually, I'm sorry, but one of my best ones is probably when, this is gonna sound weird, but when Chloe Bennett washed our shit and said she liked it. You know,
that's
that's
That's a
fucking
good-
awesome.
Kevin Smith.
That's a good...
Kevin Smith liking our tweets was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
James Bamford did
James
too.
Bamford was cool,
That's
and then us being in the Lucasfilm Star Wars Rogue One
Yeah.
little thing, that was
Yeah.
also cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Calvin?
the
I enjoy
recognition
those.
we started getting with some stuff
Yeah.
was really sweet. One of my favorite moments, probably from ours, was during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Chloe and Mac walk into a room, and Eric, his fascination with Chloe Bennett is just like, God, she's so fucking beautiful all the damn time. And the only thing he says when she walks in is just, And
I go, damn.
Yeah, as it was.
And
Damn.
she's standing right next to Mac, who is
Mac,
very
he's
tall, very
really
muscular
tall,
black guy.
muscular, fit black man. I just look at. I don't even think I looked at Eric. I just go, yeah, he's a big man.
But just the way it happened, I was like, damn.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
But just the way it happened, it made
It's like a Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like, look at the butt on that. Yeah,
He's like,
he must work out.
He's a big guy, and I'm just like, and Aaron goes,
What? Right.
like that. That was a funny one.
I enjoyed that moment.
Yeah.
Retroactively, it's probably Metal Gear Raise.
Fucking Metal Gear.
Retroactively,
Even though like it's my worst moment of ever playing a game and just having so much trouble and being so just frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
But listening to it now, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Now that it's not like emotionally fastened to my experience or anything like that, it's just funny.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Metal Gear Solid 2 had a lot of good moments in it. There's the one of the boss battle of Shane and Calvin versus the bridge.
Yeah.
That was you had this
The
good
boss
you
battle.
kept falling.
Yeah.
It was so funny. But my other favorite moment in Metal Gear Solid 2 was when Calvin decided he was just gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
Eric's like, they're just lining up like sand people trying to hide their numbers,
Yeah.
running at him, and he's just shooting them till they die. And then eventually runs out of ammo, eventually dies, leaves me with absolutely nothing. And I'm running around doing stuff, and I get to like a little point on this bridge, and there's holes, and Cal's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I just like jump over him, and then Eric goes, wow, Aaron, you're awesome. I wish you'd play all the time.
I wish you'd play all the time.
And then Cal was just like, fuck! just the messing with Cal when we had on that was so much fun. I enjoyed that.
Jared Jiggle asked on Twitter, Blind Wave, if you could be any person, dead or alive, who would you be?
Any person?
Like to live their life exactly the way they did,
like
or
I'm exactly
or
that
to,
person, or like for a day, or
like
How
to
what's the
to
rules?
have that person's identity and make your own decisions. Because for me, hands down, it would be Hitler and not do all of that shit.
Man, then I couldn't kill baby Hitler.
You still could if you're Aaron. You hate me anyway.
I need to edit that down so it's what he originally said. And you're like, for me, it's Hitler.
No! No! You
should
will not do that.
And then just cut it and then go in and then come back to it later and actually give the full version of it. That
No.
would be awesome.
I would
I
be
won't do that.
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Comes from extreme poverty, fights his way out. He helps his countrymen, fights for the people.
So basically,
It's
just who
same.
you admire the most, not...
Maybe. I mean, I think it'd be hard for me to be someone I don't admire.
Did he get in a lot of trouble for like homophobic slurs and stuff?
Yeah, he
You're
did.
saying that?
Probably.
Which so does Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that bad. Shane's just kidding. I think he was kidding.
Maybe. But I mean, he builds hospitals and schools and gives millions to the poor. He's actually a senator now. He just retired from boxing.
Yeah.
I'd probably pick like Sean Connery.
Really?
You know, like I'd probably love to be an actor. I've always wanted to be an actor.
Nothing
He
wrong
hits
with
one
that.
of
Being like Sean Connery, being Sean Connery would be fun. Like get to be James Bond. He had a lot of really cool roles. He was in The Rock. You know.
Yeah, he was in
What?
a movie with
Every
Nick
experience
Cage.
in the world you could go and like I would be in the production of The Rock. So my answer would probably be, now do I have to be like this person? Like I'm not me ever again. I have to be this person. Do I get to, is it like for a day?
Or maybe you could have the experiences of that person. I don't know.
I just wanted
it's kind
to
of an
be-
ambiguous answer.
For a day, I'd love to be fucking like Neil Armstrong, like first man on the moon, like to have that experience, being the first fucking guy to set, like your foot down on like an alien world, you know.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Probably that. Looking up fucking Earth. I'd
That
love
would be
that
good.
experience.
I could go all philosophical and shit.
Why is that philosophical?
Like I want to see the Earth from the outside. It'd be awesome. And I'm like, I want to be in The Rock.
That's what I'm saying. You need to think. You can do anything like that. I mean,
Cal wants to fucking be Hitler,
yeah.
and Shane wants to be a boxer.
No, I don't.
Hey, you said
I'm just trying to understand the question, because if it's a matter of just what experience that someone has experienced would you like to experience, it's probably that.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Who's
All
dating Scarlett Johansson right now?
Connor Fowler, I'm scared to make my own YouTube channel and getting made fun of. Thoughts? Don't be scared. Make videos and content on stuff that you love.
Yeah.
First and
Yeah.
foremost, don't worry about, because people say all kinds of shit to us. You just
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
can't care. You got, you know what I mean? It don't really matter.
Do something you're gonna enjoy, and then just try to be consistent with putting stuff out as much as you can. Whether it's a weekly basis, a daily basis, whatever. Just try to keep stuff flowing, and if you can keep doing that, you'll find people that like it, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it'll grow.
Yep.
I mean, even as odd and strange and everything as you might think you are, there's a bunch of people out there that share your interests.
Oh yeah.
You know, you don't know them. You might not ever meet them, but
Yeah.
you know, they like the same stuff.
One other question that we had from like a lot of people, we've had it since we kind of started,
Yeah.
was about how to support us, like how to support Blind Wave.
Yeah.
The main thing I would say is just watching, liking, sharing. You know,
Subscribing.
yeah, subscribe.
But
Like,
sharing is a big thing.
like getting,
yeah.
like helping to get our name out so that we can help grow.
Mhm.
You know, gaining that subscriber base and that fan base and the community that we've already built over this last year, would be a big help as far as support.
Yeah.
Another thing is we recently just launched our we've had a Patreon that we started, and we had several people that were helping to pledge and trying to help support us there.
Yeah.
But recently we just launched an actual like Patreon campaign
Mhm.
with rewards and goals and all that kind of stuff now. So that's a really
Yeah.
good way to help us grow and try to provide more content for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we can, if that thing can grow, I mean, if we can get, if we had every subscriber do just $1, I mean, we'd be able to do stuff like this all the time. You know, people said they like to just hear us talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just don't have the time.
Yeah.
But we're trying to make an effort to do that, and we're trying to grow our Patreon base by doing that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly. So I mean, those are great ways. I'm not saying everyone needs to go to Patreon and
No, they do.
do that. We appreciate everyone who does pledge.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, just like the video, subscribe, and share it with some friends that you think would enjoy.
Mhm.
You know, if they don't enjoy a Q&A about us, and share the Flash reaction or
Yeah.
a conversation about Star Wars Rebels
Yeah.
or a trailer that we did, and be like, hey, do you like this show? Watch these
Yeah.
guys because they love this show too.
Or Kylo Ren.
Or a lightsaber fight, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
Who's
tons
like
of
that?
stuff that we're trying to put out and do, and it's stuff that we enjoy. We're sure it's stuff that you guys enjoy, and we just like talking about it, doing Q&As and all that, and we want to do more. So if we can just grow that community, that's another great way to support us.
Yeah.
But also go to Patreon.
Yeah.
We're talking for a while now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
thank you everyone who's entered in questions. If you guys like just having Q&As about just things, we may do them more. We do have a section on Patreon that's for a specific monthly Patreon Q&A that will be available for everyone to watch, but we're only taking questions from the people that are patrons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of other shows coming out. We're working on a lot of other things coming down the pipeline,
Lots.
so hopefully we get lots more content to you guys here shortly.
Absolutely.
So while you guys wait, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button, share with all your friends. Check out the description for the links to everything from Twitter to Twitch to Patreon to Facebook, Snapchat, whatever else is down there.
Too much.
Tons of
I'm
stuff
out.
down there. You can find pretty much anything. Blindwave.net. You can go there. There's tons of Blindwave stuff there. There's also these t-shirts.
Yeah.
That we've started with our store there. You can order t-shirts there. So they're available in the U.S. right now. International, hopefully coming soon.
Good
So-
t-shirts.
Until next time, I'm Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Shane.
I'm Eric.
And we'll see you guys in the next video. Eric, hit the button.